Alright, hello everyone, my name is Timothy Lee Grant and welcome back to another Leet coding video. So, as we've been doing for the past couple days, this one is again going to be kind of a soft Leet coding. I'm not trying to be intense, I'm just trying to give myself a wide variety of different problems, give myself some exposure to Leet code problems, and that way it can seep into my my subconscious, I should say. And along the way, of course, we're going to find new things that we didn't know about. Yesterday, we found out about Python lambda functions, and we kind of investigated how do those work? How do you utilize them? And then we were, even though we weren't explicitly saying we must solve a problem, we ended up able to actually solve the problem. So today we're going to do something very similar, just playing around, having some fun, you know? Don't need to take everything so seriously. We're just gonna take it easy, okay? All right, so what should we do? I did dynamic programming, greedy, sorting. That was yesterday's, was sorting. What am I thinking? Should we kind of do another randomized one, or should we actually take some time and pick one out? What is counting? Let's try counting. All right, and so as normal with these kinds of problems, I'm just going to do an easy. I'm not trying to challenge myself. I'm not trying to be intense. I have to do a hard, no. Just an easy. So we're just going to do this. The first easy one that we see. Hold on, is this an easy one? Let's check that out. Yes, it is. Let's do this one. Usually what I've noticed is the lower the number, the easy. Oh, this problem apparently I've already tried. I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to delete that. Hold on. I need to. Okay. There we go. I didn't see it. Apparently, I've actually tried this problem. And as we see here, it says attempted. So, I've tried this problem before and I failed. That's what it means. So, haha. All right, let's see if we can do it. Let's see. All right. So, 169, majority element. Given an array nums of size n, return the majority element. Okay. So I'm given an array and it has size n. My task should be that I want to say meaning return back, the majority element. And I think majority element means the most commonly occurred number within this nums. So let me come here and like if nums is equal to, so it's going to be a list, and let's say it's a 4, 7, 3, 2, 2, 9, 8, 4, 3, 8, 8. Okay, so we see 8 appears 3 times here, okay? So 8 appears 3 times, 3 appears 2 times, okay? 4 occurs 2 times, okay? 9 occurs once, and then 2 occurs twice. So in this situation, 8 would be the most, what do they call it? Would be the majority element. That's what I'm thinking. Now we're going to keep reading the problem, see if my initial understanding matches reality, or not reality, but the question which is being asked of us. But so far, this is kind of where I think this problem is going. And kind of thinking in my head, how would I solve this problem? Would sorting this, I could use like a, no, I could just, no. Okay. Like 5 different ideas came into my head all at once and I articulated none of them. So let me actually go through and actually say what I was going to think. So I was thinking possibly sorting these, and then I was trying to think, does that give me an advantage? And then all of a sudden a dictionary popped into my head and I said, oh, I can store this value as the key. Oh, I don't like using key value because in a dictionary you have key and value, so I shouldn't call this value. You can store this element. How's that? So you can store this element as the key, and then the number of times I've seen it will be the value. So it would be 4 as the key, and then 1 as the value. Then I say, okay, this 7, is it in my dictionary? Not yet. So I'm going to add it. So it's going to be 7 as the key, 1 as the value. And then I come here, 3, is it in my dictionary? No, it's not. So I add it, and with a value of 1. 2, is it in my dictionary? Nope, not in my dictionary. So 2 is the key, 1 is the value. I come here. 2, is it in my dictionary? Yes, it is. So I increase the value by 1. So now 2 is the key, and 2 is the value. Okay? Same thing, 9. And then eventually what's going to happen is we're going to have a whole bunch of elements, okay, within our dictionary. And these elements are going to have the number and how many times that number appeared in the list. Okay, how does that help me? Then I can do a for loop, iterate through each of those. Oh, actually, yeah, I think that this solution actually might work. I iterate through those, and then I just keep a tab or a variable that says current highest seen, okay? And then I return the current highest seen. That might work, actually. Do we want to try it? Well, hold on a second. We haven't even read the rest of the problem. Let's before we get ahead of ourselves, let's read the rest of the problem. Okay. The majority element is the element that appears more than, oh, okay, it's not the most common element. It is given by this equation. So the majority element is the element. Now, one thing I'm noticing, the word the kind of implies that this is going to be singular. So there's only going to be one element that satisfies this condition. Appears more than this many times. You may assume that the majority element always exists in the array. Okay, so in this case, we have 3 and 3. So 3 appears 2 times, and how many elements are in this list? There's 3. So n is 3. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Okay, how many times does 3 appear? It appears twice, so 2 is larger than 3.5. Now, this actually seems like an easier problem, because what I can do is just create a dictionary. So let's see, equals, what a default dict, like this. Not sure if that's the right syntax, but I'm not worried about syntax really. I'm more worried about the algorithm, okay? The logic behind it. Syntax, I feel like you just kind of get used to it as you just do more and more problems the more times you've seen it. I'm not too worried about the syntax. I'm more worried about trying to get the underlying logic inside my head so that, you know, I'll be able to feel the problems. There's a difference between just like memorizing the problems and actually like intuitively feeling the problem. Okay, so default dict. I'm just going to assume right now that this creates a default dict. Now, obviously, okay, so I shouldn't use the word obviously. That's a very bad word. So I apologize for saying that one. I have a friend. This guy is so smart. He's so smart. And whenever we talk, he'll be saying blah 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 blah, obviously. And I'm like, That wasn't obvious to me. I don't know. He'll be talking about some electrical engineering idea, and he'll be explaining it. And he said, because this, obviously, and then blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you lost me. That wasn't, wait, hold up. That wasn't obvious to me. But, anyways, back to what I was saying. This is how you declare a normal dictionary. And then in here, so this is an empty dictionary, and you're going to have key and value, right? And then you can add values or elements to this dictionary. But the difference between a normal dictionary and a default dictionary is, for the default dictionary, what you're able to do is you're able to say, like, here's a key, for example, a 4. If it's not in the dictionary right now, don't crash, just add it. See, if I tried to put a 4 into this dictionary, this normal dictionary, what's going to happen is it's going to say, 4 doesn't exist. I'm going to crash, right? So what you need to do is you can just create this default dict and then access this 4, and if it's not in it, it's going to create that element. Okay. So let's go through this. I don't want this line of code there anymore. So for element in nums. Okay. Now, here comes more syntax of how do you actually add to the default dictionary. I believe it is like this. So my dict here, and then the key, which would be element, and I'm going to say plus equals 1. So, oh, do I need like int in here? I can't remember the exact syntax, but I want it to default to 0. So, meaning if I have not seen an element in here before, I want it to be, I want to say, okay, 0, and then I plus equals 1. So now it's 1, right? And then the next time I see this element right here, I'm going to try to access it, and it's going to be in the dictionary. So then I'm going to take that 1, which was previously in it, and I'm going to add 1 to it, so I have 2. So that's kind of what I'm hoping. I know that you can do it. I just am a little bit unsure if the syntax is exactly correct. Okay, so now I'm going to try to check that value. So if my dict of element is larger than in, am I given in? I don't think I am, actually. So in equals length of nums. Okay, there we go. So if the value is larger than n divided by 2, okay, n divided by 2, there we go, then what do? Then we found an element that satisfies this condition. So we just need to return that element. So let's do that. Return element. Okay. And now they said that we can assume that the element, or that there is one element in this list that satisfies this condition. So right here, you may assume that the majority element always exists in the array. So there is a majority element which lives in this array. So I'm going to press the submit button and see what we get. There we go. Yo! And okay, what makes it even more exciting is that I previously attempted to solve this problem and apparently I couldn't do it. But now I look at the problem and to me it just seems like straightforward, which really, really goes to show that by gaining exposure and just practicing, you really do advance. Because personally, like when I'm doing these problems, I don't feel like I'm advancing. I feel I'm always stuck. I always feel down on myself. I'm like, this. I mean, obviously, you guys have seen the videos where I'm just like super depressed. I'm like, man, what am I doing wrong? This is awful. I'm no good at this. And I feel just terrible and just have that feeling like I just want to give up. I'm just wasting my time. I know I've said that multiple times because I feel like I am. I'm exerting so much effort and, I get off work. I'm tired. I'm just like, I don't want to do LeetCode, but I force myself to do it every single day, at least one problem. But I'm like, I don't even know if I'm improving. And now this kind of goes to show that yes, I am improving because I have not seen this problem since I apparently attempted to do it. I don't know. Hold on a second. I can check submissions, right? So all submissions. Let's see when I tried to do this problem. December of 2020. Oh, wow. Okay. So it is 2025 right now. So this was long time ago. Long, long, long time ago. Okay. Well, there we go. So, huh. I'm actually kind of curious. How did I try to solve it? Let's go look at that. I'm curious. Okay, this is cool. Okay, so I create a list. Okay. Then I iterate through this list. Okay. And then current iterations equals count. Current iterations equals count. Okay. So I'm doing a, okay, well, look at this. First off, I'm doing a nested for loop, which is horrifically not time efficient. Okay. So then I'm looping through I. I'm going. I think what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to start at I and go to length of nums? Why would I be going to so it, okay. Well, I'm gonna keep looking at this. I'm not quite sure what, what I was even thinking. So I'm doing a double for loop and I'm ranging from 0 because I didn't put a start condition, but maybe I don't know, from 0 to I minus length of nums. Okay. If nums of I equals nums of j, current iteration count plus equals 1. Instance dot append. Okay, so all right. I think what I'm trying to do is for every element in the list. Okay. Let's go back here. For every element in the list, I'm going to, let's say this one. So I'm going to look here and then I'm going to say, okay, this is one instance, current iteration count. Then I think what I'm trying to do is start here and then go to length minus 1. I think that's what I'm trying to do. So I start here and then I come here and say, is it equal to the current element which I'm looking at, which is 2? Okay, if so, then I add 1. I say, okay, I do plus equals 1 to this current iteration count. Then I come here, so I'm still looking, like this is my outer for loop, okay? And then I go into here, which I'm now looking at this one, and I say, is this equal to this element? Nope. So then I just come back up here and check, like, okay, is this element equal to it? Nope. Is this element equal to it? Nope. Is this element equal to it? Nope. Then what I do is, or wait, sorry. Yes, it is. So I do plus equals 1. So now current iteration count is equal to 1, 2. Okay. Then I come here, so then it's going to be equal to 3. And then I add 3 to instances, which, how am I keeping track of which number has how many instances, right? Like this 2 appears 3, or actually it appears 4 times, so I'm not even getting the number right. But it appears 4 times. Let's just assume I got that number right, okay? How do I know that that 4, which I just appended to instance, is how do I know that that number 4 is associated with the number 2? Like 2 should be the, if I was going to do this, I would have to do a double array or a double list, two-dimensional list, where I have an element, and the first element, it could be whatever this current iteration count, and then the second element is the value which, or the number which has that iteration count, right? So I would have 4 and then 2, so that way I keep them together. And then I go to the next element in my instances, and then I say, okay, 1, or actually, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 3, so there would be 3 instances of 1. So 1 would be my second element in the two-dimensional array. Okay, find largest instance. So then, for I in range length instances, so I'm just going through my numbers of how many times that they appear. Okay, if instance is greater than, where did highest index, where did this number come from? Oh, here, highest index is 0. Highest index equals I, but again, I, okay, so I'm just doing a very inefficient method of finding the highest, and it's not associated with any element. It's just going to return. But whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, look here. I'm returning the index. Highest index. Why is this an index? This is not an index. This is the number of times an element has occurred. I'm in my list, in my index, I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not actually gonna get 4 because I don't even calculate that correctly, but I'm gonna get 3. But let's just assume that I calculated this correctly. Then I'm gonna get, okay, 4. So 4 is the first element in my list. Then I'm going to get, I'm going to come here. Is it going to add this second 2? So I'm going to go here. Current iteration count is equal to 0. And then I'm going to once again loop through. And I think I'm trying to go from here to here. So then I'm going to get 1, 2. So I'm going to get 4, 3, and then, so this one's going to be 3, this one's going to be 2, this one's going to, man, what a ride. What a ride. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is, huh. And that was my second attempt. Whoa. My goodness, what's going on here? Nums arg max instance. Okay. So I'm still doing that double for loop. And then I just do this. Okay. So I was trying to do this argmax of instance. That wasn't working. So I'm like, I know what I can do. I'm just going to do it myself. So then I tried to do it myself. Okay. Huh. Interesting. This is so fun. Maybe I am improving. This is, okay. Nice. Well, I feel emboldened. Keep going. Keep doing LeetCode, even if you don't think you're moving forward. Apparently you are. And as I was saying with this video at the very beginning, my method right now is just to, I was doing more intense LeetCode. Like I was really trying to understand the problems, trying to dig into the solution like that. But recently I've been having a lot of stuff that I need to worry about at work. My projects aren't really, like, running into some problems at like in my projects at work. So I'm dedicating a lot of like mental energy towards those projects. Then also, as you guys can see on YouTube, I'm having some more project-based videos. So I'm doing JavaScript and Java, and now recently I started doing a machine learning kind of thing. So I'm very curious about a lot of those topics, right? So I'm doing different projects, and so I'm kind of easing off the gas on the LeetCode and focusing more of the mental energy on the projects and stuff like that. So in the past I was more intense on LeetCode. Now I'm doing, more just calm, just like trying to get a wide breadth of knowledge and a wide breadth of experiences with different kinds of problems, like the counting, like breadth first search, like dynamic programming, like memoization or tabulating, whatever it is, right? So just trying to get that into my subconscious while I spend a lot of my effort on projects. I'm learning about the projects and kind of software engineering skills. And then at the same time, I'm also, still getting that benefit of having the LeetCode algorithms kind of seep down into my subconscious, even though I'm not exerting a lot of energy. And I feel like this kind of proves that actually it's working. Like, I am improving on this problem because when I saw it, it was obvious to me. I just, oh, okay, this is how I saw the problem. I said, oh, okay, let's just do it, right? A dictionary is O of 1 time lookup. Okay, awesome, let's just do it. So in total, what would be so I'm iterating through each element, so that's O of n. This is O of 1 lookup. This right here is also a O of 1 lookup. And then if we find it, we just return it. So the worst case scenario is O of n. Bam, there we go, right? So that's pretty cool. That is so cool. Ha! Okay, so everyone, just don't give up. Just keep pushing forward. Don't give up on LeetCode. Don't think that you're like not improving. You are. Just keep going. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you guys tomorrow with another LeetCoding video. And because today's Friday, So tomorrow will be the weekend, so I have much more time to actually dedicate to projects because I'm not at work. So I'm going to be making more project videos tomorrow as well. So if you are interested in that, I would love for you guys to subscribe. That would be awesome. If you don't want to subscribe, that's okay as well. I'm hoping that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and goodbye!